Good afternoon and welcome, good people of Ho. We have gathered here representatives from academia, political activists, social activists, entrepreneurs, the medical profession, the legal profession, financial division. All types of people have been invited and all types of people are represented here. This is not a church service, although the program is advertised as the names of the Most High. This is a historical and theological moment. This is not church. However, it is customary in Ghana that we pray. So if you stand with me, we will pray. I am going to attempt to say the Lord's Prayer, which is, anyone want to tell me where we find that in the Bible? No. Oh, you're a slow audience. Matthew 25, no, 26? No, Matthew 6, verse 9 to about 30. Kendall, can you step forward? Kendall's going to help me. Kendall's been my tutor for the last couple of days, trying to help me to translate from Ewe to English. There's about 10 lines in the prayer. I tried my hardest. I think I only managed the first 3. So I'll say it in English, then I'll say it in Ewe, the first 3 lines, and then after that, you all can join in and help us both. How's that? So this is a prayer, so don't laugh. Our Father who art in heaven, miato silshiko. Say again? Silijipo. Jipo. Hallowed be thy name. Don't tell me. Let me have a chance. Uomoko Machinako. I'm trying. Right, one more line. Thy kingdom come. Ufi anufenava. Any good?
You're getting there.
Yeah. The remainder we will do together, led by Kendall. So we'll just do it in, should we do the translation? Yeah, just go throughout.
Ewe throughout.
Ewe throughout.
Okay. So we begin our prayers in the name of God the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Miato Selejipo Wonkon Chinako Wofiadu Penava. Please, we are all praying together. Miato Selejipo Wonkon Chinako Wofiadu Penava. No one will Yadibaji. Sigbe Alice Wona Lichikoe. Nami Aipia Miabe Nkedundu. Na cho miabe nuvo wakili. Sigbe Alice Miao Hamichoki Amesiwo da vo de mianchi eni. Kedemide Evo. Elavena Towe Nifiadupe. Plain se. Plain Chikoko. Ide Mavo. Amen.
Thank you so much. Be seated. Now you understand why it would have been near impossible for me to memorize that in 2 days. But I tried. Family. Can I call you family? My wife and I have been in Ghana for nearly 2 years now. I'm not so exact on dates and times. And we're here for good. We're certainly in Africa for good. We're not going back to the UK. We're from the UK. And we're here to prepare the way for others who will follow. We are retired and we find it impossible to sit still and do nothing. So we're looking for ways in which we can serve this community. Our particular interest is schools. We have about 100 of our own personal books to give away. We would like to give them to schools, a particular school, or share it between several schools if we had a mobile library, if somehow we could come up with the money to to purchase a vehicle or have access to a vehicle. So this is the way in which we would like to serve the community. And there are many ways in which we could serve the community. This shop, for example, as some of you will know, we spoke to the proprietors, Ruth and Abigail, who will be with us shortly. And after a few conversations, they said, we are happy for you to have gatherings in our shop, gatherings that allow diasporans and Ghanaians to come together to talk about what we can do together. One of the things we can do together, one of the main things I'd like us to do together, is to support this shop, to support these two sisters in making this shop a success in whole. Can anyone say aye to that? Aye. So that's enough about myself and my wife. As I speak, I'd like you to ask yourself one question. For the 50 or so points that I make during this presentation, I'm going to make a lot of quick points, bang, 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 bang. Ask yourself, not is he a good speaker, not is he entertaining, is he funny, is he clever? Ask yourself the question, have I said anything that would inspire you to come back next month? This is due to be a series of monthly meetings. But if it's not going to be valuable to those of you here, then it's just not going to be valuable. We could have had 100 people here today, and I could have been posing that question to all those people. As it goes, you are the people who are here, and you are the people who will decide what happens next. So judge everything I say on the basis of, does it inspire you to come back next month? I want to tell you a story. And it's about people who say they want to help you. In Jamaica, we have a tradition of telling Anansi stories. Anybody familiar with the Anansi story? So you have Anansi stories in Ghana,
Yes.
and we have Anansi stories in Jamaica. Yes. Can anyone explain that to me?
Because we are the same.
Oh, I say aye.
Aye.
We are the same. I'm going to go a little bit further. How did we come to be the same? Huh? We are one family. Okay. Okay. That answer will do me fine. I guess the answer I'm looking for is, okay, so where were the Jamaicans before they were in Jamaica? Here. Now, that's an obvious thing to say, but I speak to Ghanaians, and I even speak to Jamaicans, and sometimes they struggle to just say it. It's not coincidence. Oh, you said this word in your country and you eat this food. Oh, it's a coincidence. It's not coincidence. Okay. So we tell Anansi stories in Jamaica. Can I tell you an Anansi story? Anansi was sitting down by the riverbank, contemplating how he would get to the other side. When along came alligator. Alligator said, "Monkey, what you doing there?" Monkey said, "I'm working out how to get to the other side." Alligator said, "No problem. Jump on my back. I'll take you over to the other side." Monkey said, not monkey. I said monkey, not monkey. Anansi said, "Really?" Okay. So Anansi jumped on Alligator's back. And Alligator proceeded to cross the river and then stopped. And Anansi said, "What you stop for?" And Alligator said, "Because I'm going to eat you." And Anansi said, "Why would you do a thing like that?" And Alligator said, "Because it's my job." That's the joke. But the moral of the story is, there are people who say they will help you. but it is their intention to help themselves. My father used to tell those jokes and we never laughed. And I used to wonder, why is it my father's telling a joke and he's the only one laughing? The answer is because he wasn't really joking. He was being deadly serious. Okay, so I'll tell you one more story about people who say they will help you and don't. Let me just have a quick look at my notes. I want to get this right. There was a government official from Hull traveling to London. When he took his seat on the plane, he observed that the other passenger was a parrot. Parrot said, "Good afternoon." The man said, "Good afternoon." After some time, the flight attendant said, "Would you like some water to drink?" The parrot said, "Leave this to me. We want good water, fresh water, and we want it now. Hurry up." The flight attendant brought the water, and Parrot said, "What is this? Are we not international first class passengers? Are we expected to drink ordinary flat water? We want sparkling water. Now, hurry up." The flight attendant went and brought back the sparkling water. And the parrot said, "Do you expect us to put the bottle to our mouths? What of straw?" The flight attendant left, but she didn't come back. Instead, two very large security men came and dragged up the parrot and dragged up the man and opened the door of the plane and kicked them out. And as they was falling, the man said, "It's your fault. We are 10,000 feet and falling to certain death with no parachute." The parrot said, "Yes, but I can fly." There are people who promise to help you, but when you need them the most, they're gone. So I reiterate again, the reason that we have invited you here today is to see if we can build an alliance between Ghanaians and diasporans, to see if we can meet here on a regular basis once a month and talk about how to support this shop, these two sisters. I won't let them stand and turn around and take a bow, it's too much for you. And how you can support my wife's ministry and my ministry and my business. I will say up front, and this is kind of revolutionary for a lot of people, some people think that you either have to do good in the community or you have to make money. You can't do both. We have discovered in the West that in order to be a giver, in order to be philanthropic, you can't give from an empty bucket. So we are no longer ashamed of enterprise. We are no longer ashamed of business. We have not-for-profits and profit businesses running alongside each other. And when we say we don't want the money just to aggrandize ourselves and buy big cars and big houses, this is how we make a difference in our community. This is how we build strong families. There are increasing numbers of people who are able to get with that idea. If it sounds to you like it could possibly make sense, that we make money in order to give away money? Somebody say I. Okay. So, I've got a poem here about 3 wives, but you sure? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You know what I should have done? I'll give my wife the book. See if you can find the poem, my darling. Look at the index. 3 wives. While she does that, which is icebreaker number 1, I'm going to get ready for icebreaker number 2, which is spin the wheel. I went to a lot of trouble to make this wheel. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. There's a lot of engineering that went into this. I can point out some of the people who advised me. And in the end, we got it right, just about. So, in order to play the game, I need to give out some numbers. Where are the numbers? Where's Isabella? Where's the numbers for the game? Where's the numbers for the game? Should be in a tray somewhere.
She's here.
Yeah, in a tray? Thank you. See, my staff have gone missing. They've seen a crowd and they've gone missing. Listen, here. No, you can't find it? 3 wives. A man, you had 3 wives? You can't find it? Okay. I can't remember it. If we can't find it, we'll do something else. All right, so take a number. I'll tell you now, there are numbers 1 to 12, and again, numbers 1 to 12. So if your number comes up, you win a prize. If that number comes up again, you don't win another prize. So take a number and pass the tray around. Yeah, thank you, Daniel.
Right.
Let me have a look.
Is my daughter part of the game?
Huh?
Is my daughter part of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I should have marked the number of this already, I'm sorry. Really? I have 2 books, you see, so it could possibly be in the other book, but I'm really sure it was in that book. Try that one. And in the meantime, we will play Spin the Wheel. Does everybody have a number? How are we doing for time? It shouldn't be, we didn't start at 1, we started at about 1:30, so the time now should be not quite 2 o'clock. What's the time? 1:49? We're doing good for time. Under the circumstances, we are doing good for time. Everybody got a number? So, you see, anyway, say nothing. So, if this is number 1, then the space that follows it is the number 1 space. Number 9. Is it only one number 9? Say where you are, I'll bring you your book. No, in fact, I'm going to allow you all to choose your own book. I only got 6 books, so this is not easy. This is not easy. Come and choose your book, sir. Is it only one number 9? So both number 9s, come and choose a book. No, I'll tell you what we're going to do. To share it out a bit more, since there's going to be 2 winners for any given number, the first person to claim and say me is the winner. So you get the book, and was it you? You get nothing. It's my brother, so it doesn't matter. Choose your book, please. Choose your book. Take your time. While he's choosing his book, I'll spin the wheel again for the next number. You all ready?
Yes.
Number 1. Got one here. Ooh, but he's part of the firm. He's not allowed, is he? He's part of the. Huh? No. The number to the right, the space to the right of the number. Anyway, what are you worried about? You won your prize already. Go and sit down and be grateful. All right. So number 1. Choose your. There's 2 number 1. He was the first to claim. All right. So I think we've got 2 more chances here. Meow. Number 3. He was first. Don't worry. Remember? Okay. Number 3. You are a winner, sir. Take your time. Choose the book you want. Okay. How many go? 3 to go. Let's go quickly. Meow. Number 12.
Yes.
Who was first? Who was first? Fight. Come. Yeah. Please choose your book. Take your time and choose the one you want. Okay, 2 more. Meow. Number 7. Who's first? Alex. Come. Adam, sorry. Choose your book. One more remaining. We've decided, by the way, that the first icebreaker that I was going to do, which is 3 wives, because we can't find the poem in either of the books, I think that's a sign that we mustn't do that poem. Some other time. Come back this time next month. Okay, so the last one. Meow. Number 4. Oh, did we have 4 before? We had 4 before. So 4 is out of the race. 4 is out of the race. If a number wins, that number is out of the race. Here we go. Are you ready? Number 12. 12 is out of the... No. 12 is out of the race. Number 12 is out of the race. We have to make it fair, right? Number... That's number 1. Number 10. Who said it? I tell you what. We have spare books. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, what we're doing here is building unity in the community. And some of the challenges that I will set today are fun and games, but they do challenge us to be on the same page at the same time and to compromise when necessary. And I'm sure we can do that. There will be other challenges that I will set today, which will be harder than this one. Okay. Thank you so much for your participation. What does it say next on the program? Are we paying attention? Anybody following? Come on, shout to me. Talk to me. Why we are here. That comes under three headings: about Ghana, about building strong families, and about the Creator Collection. Can anybody tell me what is the Creator Collection? You've got programs in your hand, by now you should know. What's the point of going to all that trouble to prepare the program? So have a guess if you're not sure, because that's the other thing I want us to do here. Feel relaxed enough to have a go. No one's going to die. So what do you think the Creator Collection is? This show? Yes. Interesting. What did you said this show? Anybody else have a suggestion?
Fashion.
Fashion, okay. In planning this event, I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people, and when I assume that something is clear, I discover it's not that clear. So I'm reminded that it's necessary sometimes to explain yourself again and again and again. No disrespect. So the Creator Collection is actually a series of tapestries by Dr. Beverley. So this shop is one issue. The Creator Collection is another issue. Women Like You, the fashion brand that you read about, is another issue. But all those operations have come together today. So specifically, the Creator Collection is about Dr. Beverley's art, and she has agreed to show us some of her art today to launch this monthly gathering. But when we meet here once a month, it won't be to talk about her, and it won't be to talk about her art necessarily. It will be to talk about whatever we want to talk about. Hopefully, we want to talk about how we can work together to generate income that will impact education in whole. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, very quickly going through about Ghana, about building strong families, and about the Creator Collection. So about Ghana, I've been studying about Ghana. So I'm going to compete with all of you. It's all of you against me. I think we have 3 quiz questions here. What should we do for the rules? I'd say put your hand up, and you only have 1 chance at the answer. If you get it wrong, your team loses and I win the point. I think there are 3 questions. Bear with me. The questions, by the way, come from a book I have here. I want to show you my props. History of Ghana, primary school book. You laugh, but the knowledge is profound. Because our children are important. I believe that children are the future. Okay. So the first question is, the Queen of England visited Ghana in 1961. True or false? Don't shout the answer. Put your hand up to represent your team. In 1961, true or false? Come again with the question. The Queen of England, Elizabeth II, visited Ghana in 1961. True or false? Oh, nobody's sure. It looks like 1 point to me. Is the hand up? It's correct. Is the right answer. Give him a round of applause. He's just won a point for your team. We have 3 questions. This is the second question. Dr. Francis Kwame Nkrumah, first president of Ghana, from 1956 to 1967. True or false?
Are you saying he ruled? Did he rule or as an
He was president from 1957 to when? I say 1960. What did I say?
1956 to
What did I say?
1956 to 1957.
Is that what I said?
Yes.
Is that true or false? Whose hand is up? Your hand is up? You say false. What's the correct answer?
1960. You didn't finish it.
What's the correct answer? But you're correct in saying that my answer was false. It wasn't 67, it was 66. Not quite a decade, 9 years. So the score at the moment is what? One each? What's the score? 1-1. Ooh, tiebreaker. Is that right?
2-0. It's 2-0.
Who- I never got a point.
No.
All right then, this is the final question. We do this question for 3 points. Ooh. Good. The big six, name 4.
Oh, no.
Wait, don't give your answer yet. I want to make sure that these people are happy for you to represent them. Are you happy for him to represent you or somebody else? We've got another hand over here. We're going with this one? Name. Name 4.
Okay. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Oh, duh.
Obechi Lampi.
Okay,
Akwaji.
that's 3.
And then Kwesi Agri. Kwesi Agri. William Sokoriata.
I'm trying to find the page because I want you all to see. Try and find it in there. Big 6. So we don't know who's won that competition yet because we've had to resort to the judges. The big 6 is in there. You can look, maybe just flick through, you'll find it. There's a picture of all 6 of them. Now, if you guys win, what's the prize going to be? What can you share between all of you?
Yes. So,
Who likes Bigo? You found it?
yes.
Okay. So is his answer correct?
Yes.
His answer is correct. Okay, we didn't find it. No, there's a picture of all 6 of them together. But never, yeah. But you take your time. So it seems our brother is correct. It seems the winner of the quiz is you guys as opposed to me. The prize, what did I say the prize is going to be? Oh, Bigu. Yeah, I wanted to tell you a joke about Bigu. So when we were planning this event, we tried to decide what the appropriate refreshments would be. So I had in mind water and then some local juice. I said, let's have some local juice. Because in England, if you invite me to your party and you give me juice from Malcolm, it's an insult. Because anyone can get juice from Malcolm. But if you make it yourself, this means you are looking after me. But I was told, in Ghana, we don't favor local juice now. Not if we are the A-listers. I said, really? So you prefer Malcolm? Yeah. So I said, okay, let's get Malcolm juice. So the plan was to get Malcolm juice. But the day we went to get the Malcolm juice, we were advised that in Ghana, the way we do these receptions is when you are leaving, you get a doggy bag, a drink and something to eat. And the convenient thing would be a bottle of Bigu, because then we don't have to pour in this and that. And so we got some Bigu. And then someone said, our people don't drink Bigu. Bigu, so I inquired as to why, and I got various answers, which we won't go into now. So, Bigu is not what you are being served today. However, if there are any of you who secretly like some Bigu, that will be your prize for the competition. I thank you so much for your time. We're about to come to the serious part of the program. Hold on. No, that was about Ghana, sorry. You need two other things before I hand you over to Dr. Ben. So the big six are here. If any of you'd like to look at this book, you can. Don't think about taking my book away. I will send the police for you. So that was about Ghana. About building strong families. I wanted to write one of my handouts and have it here and ready for you. Didn't get round to it. But I'll tell you what that means for myself and my wife. It means putting worship at the center of the family. It means speaking life, which is a principle that we have embraced. I find that too many of my people, my brother, in Jamaica, in Canada, in America, in Nigeria, in Ghana, all over sub-Saharan Africa, we're very quick to disagree. And I really believe that as we learn to listen and understand before we respond, and we make a concerted effort to come into agreement, doesn't mean I don't tell you when you're wrong, but the purpose of our conversation is not to be talking because you can talk, but to reach agreement. Remember the Tower of Babel? We won't go into it now. But the power of agreement, my wife told me before we got married, the power of agreement, especially between a man and a wife, but the power of agreement between two people changes everything. So the principle of speaking life is learn how to say, please, thank you, and I'm sorry. So we leave it there. That's the second point about Ghana, about building strong families. So we have a whole program of family counseling, marriage counseling. This is one of my special books that my sister Ruth has asked for, and I have to make sure she gets it before it disappears. And anything that we can do to help families be strong. One of the things that we advocate is about 9 points, which I haven't got here right now, but one of the things that we advocate is that families do business together. There's another one. Have a 20-year plan for your children, of course, because we've got to get them into university. So that one is not so revolutionary. But families doing business together, not dad going out and earning the money and bringing it home, or mum going out. We all know how much this costs. And we all know how much money is in our savings. So if something happens to one of us, the other can take over. Family businesses, we advocate that. So that's building strong families. And the third point is about Ghana, about building strong families. And the third one is about the Creator Collection. My wife is about to tell you all about the Creator Collection. But suffice to say, if I pull a few points from the program, highlight a few points. A bit dark in here. Am I in a bad position? No. I'm cool. There's a light just there. I don't want to say the things that she's going to say, you see. So give me a second. Okay, I think the principal thing I would like to say, is my responsibility to say, is that these tapestries are not for sale. As soon as we said to friends and family that that my wife was inspired by the Most High to create these tapestries, there was an assumption, a reasonable assumption, that we were trying to sell them. They're not for sale. They will be on loan to the grand houses of Ho and Ghana in general and Africa in general, the grand homes and the grand government institutions who identify with what we're trying to do here and want to display these tapestries for private and public viewing. So my wife will detail some of the other aspects of this part of our ministry, but I think it's my role to say they are not for sale. And when we advertise, and Romeo is the one who's helping me make some great adverts on TikTok, it will say sometimes, not for sale at any price. And people say, you sure at any price? What if I offer you 25 million? And I'll say, I'll take the 25. So my final task here is to introduce you to my wife, Dr. Beverley Anderson. She's the one in the picture. I wanted to be in the picture as well, but she's a very large character and I'm a very large character and there wasn't room enough for both of us. So she won. Many things I could say about my wife, but the one thing I will say, because she won't say it about herself, is that as well as writing books, as well as making music, as well as recently designing fashion, which wasn't part of the plan, it just happened, the Most High just said, hey, here's a brand, do you want it? And we said, yes, please. And then more recently, the fine art wasn't thought of, wasn't in the plans. Apart from all of that, I have to say on her behalf, because I know that some of you will be interested to know, she's a worship leader. In the UK, in some circles, she's regarded as a pioneer in her field. She has taught us and reminded us that worship is more than singing. I'll continue. That worship is more than singing. And she may not explain, but it is her vision to train up worship leaders. So without further ado, I'd ask you to give a warm Ghana, Volta, Ho, round of applause for Dr. Beverley Anderson.
Oh, thank you, everyone. This microphone. It's wonderful to see you. I think I'm going to have to be walking this way and that way so I can see you both. I'm going to stick to my script a little bit because if Lynford didn't tell you, I could stand up here and I could teach for 2 to 3 hours, but I won't do that. So I'll stick to my script and it's just going to be short. So I know this is all about the Creator Collection, but really it's not. It's about getting the Ghanaians, as Lynford said, and diasporans together to talk, to do business together, and for us to understand our histories. I think that's very important. It's been very difficult for us to transition into Africa. Electricity problems, water problems, which we've never had in our whole lives. But we're managing. So I'd like to really extend my welcome, a very warm welcome to everyone here. And thank you so much for showing up. I'm Dr. Beverley Anderson, so I'm going to do a quick introduction. I'm Dr. Beverley Anderson, and I'm a Doctor of Religious Fine Arts. You've probably not heard that one before. I'm also a wife, to Lynford.
We're going to let her sit down, and I'll sit beside her
Really?
and hold the mic because I've been instructed that we need to amplify the sound because of the noise outside. So
Oh, okay.
you can have that chair, my darling. And
Oh,
I'll sit beside you and hold the mic. She can't hold the mic and hold her face at the same time. Need one more chair.
that's fine.
Take it. Test the mic. Is it working?
Yes.
Thank
I'll
you.
hold the mic.
Okay. Right. Shall we start again? I'm Dr. Beverley Anderson, and I'm a Doctor of Religious Fine Arts. I'm also a wife to this wonderful man who does a lot of talking, and I'm a mother and I'm a grandmother. I was born and raised in South London in the UK, and my parentage is Jamaican. My parents came over from Jamaica in 1955, and then I was born in South London. That is the only place that I know as home. I have 5 siblings also, and we were all raised in South London. Let me go straight over. My calling is worshipology. I don't want to talk too much about how I grew up because you can read that in my book. So my calling is worshipology, and I'd never heard the word worshipology until the Most High dropped that word into my spirit, okay? So after completing my doctorate in 2016, I wanted to know exactly how the Most High would use this doctorate, because I did it in obedience to him. I never thought I'd do a bachelor's, master's, and then doctorate. But I had a clue of the direction that I was taking because the Most High gave me some dreams about completing 3 levels. And I had a good friend who said to me one day, "Do you know what? I saw you with a mortarboard, wearing a mortarboard." I said, "What's that?" She said, "It's when someone gets a degree, they wear a mortarboard." And I thought, okay. So I wanted to know about worshipology. So all I needed to do was ask. And that's exactly what I did. And after a few short weeks, the Most High responded to me. I remember I was just having a bath, and all of a sudden, this word, worshipology, dropped. I said, "What's that?" And so I asked Lynford, I said to him, "What does worshipology mean? I understand the worship part of the word, but I didn't understand the ology part of the word." And he said, "The ology part of the word means a study of." And so when he said that to me, it made a lot of sense to me in terms of worship. Because a lot of us believe that worship is just simply singing, or if you are a great musician, you can play skillfully and do your acrobatics on the piano. I play the piano too. That's not worship. I sing, but that's not entirely worship. Worship is to be reconnected and have this one-to-one union with the Most High. And from that union, you will know who you are, why you were born here, and what you are to do in life. What you are to do in life is not necessarily to be, quote unquote, in church, be a preacher or a pastor, but you may be a politician, and a great politician who will change your country, change your community, and change your society. And so I believe that I'm here to help with the reunification of the people of the Most High to Him. Because when you are united with Him, then you will know who you are. That's really important. And I believe that we're not taught that. We think it's jumping around, dancing, waving flags, singing in a choir, playing the guitar, playing the bass guitar, playing the piano. That is not worship. It's not. It's only a small part of an expression of worship. So after I received worshipology, I received it. It was given to me and I accepted it. I didn't say I'm not going to walk in this calling. I knew it came from the Most High. You know, when you put the coin in the box and you hear it fall to the bottom, that is how I received that word. It came to me and it fell and I received it. And then I began to walk in it. But one thing I want you to know is that the Most High was preparing me to walk in this before I was born. I just needed to get on the right road. I just needed to find it. I just needed to be still enough for him to speak to me. I heard what Lynford said, and it's very important. We need to stop and we need to listen, we need to hear, and then respond. A lot of us just respond. A lot of us are just doing and doing and doing and doing. We won't sit still enough to hear. And that's what we need to do. So after I received the worshipology, I said, okay, I understand why I needed to go through bachelor's, master's, and then doctorate, and everything was to do with worship. My papers that I wrote for my doctorate is called True Governmental Worship. And it was the Most High that took me through that process of writing that. That was something like 67,000 words it was. And you know, the Most High directed me, gave me revelation about worship that I would never have otherwise known. So I call myself a worshipologist. That's who I am. And I accept the calling. I want to just say something little about this, about some expressions of worshipology. There's musicianship, there are people who are songwriters, there are people who are record producers, there are people who are dancers, or they wave flags. There are many expressions of worshipology. And there are also those who teach worshipology. They'll teach you, this is how you connect to the most important person in the whole world, the one who can direct you. You may believe that you can direct yourself, but you can't. You may believe also that your parents can direct you, and maybe they can direct you a part of the way. But you are going to get your direction in life for whatever it is that you feel that you're leaning towards. You might be a singer, you may be a fashion designer, you may be a caterer. Many things, anything. You have to connect with the Most High because He will give you the directions. He did that for me, I'm telling you. He showed me in dreams. There are people that approached me and said, I heard this over you, and they spoke it to me, but it needed to be confirmed. I needed to say, okay, so you're confirming something that the Most High told me. He told me in a dream, or He told me in a vision. You must learn to hear from the Most High. He's going to direct you. He's going to make you successful in whatever it is that your leaning is. And sometimes we don't know. When I was young, I didn't know what I was called to do. I was running here, there, trying this. I did catering at one point, you know, I was doing I didn't know I was to do worship, but I didn't sit still long enough to hear. So there are many other expressions of worshipology in fine arts, right? For instance, let's talk about songwriting. We see that in scripture. Now, we're not church here, but let's look at the book of Psalms. That word psalm means songs. And David was a songwriter. He was a psalmist. He wrote a collection of songs that captured the development of his ongoing relationship with the Most High. So you're not just going to write any old song. It comes out of your experience that you're going to write a song, and then you are going to capture that with a melody, right? Because a melody, if you have a melody to your song, then that song is recorded. You'll not forget it. The melody belongs to the lyrics, and the lyrics belong to the melody. King David knew how to do this. He was a psalmist. He was teachable. And this is something I want to pass on to you. Be teachable, treatable, transparent, holy, hopeful, and submissive. Those 6 points. Teachable, treatable, transparent, holy, hopeful, and submissive. Very important. Be treatable. If you go to the doctor and you don't tell him about your symptoms, then he cannot treat you. So therefore you need to be transparent. When you're transparent, the doctor is able to prescribe medication for you. We need to be this transparent with the Most High. When I'm struggling, I'm not a religious person, but I can talk to the Most High the way I'm talking to you. I remember when I have to say this, I remember when, actually, I didn't want to get married at one point.
Oh,
And I'm talking about married again because I was married before. And I said, I didn't want to get married again. I said to most, I don't want to get married again. I'm just going to live my life, with the children, and I'm going to go forward and everything. And then one day he stopped me in my tracks. He said to me, what if where I'm taking you, you need to be married? And I said, oh, but I don't want to be married. I said, you know what? I'm going to strike a deal with you. That's how I talk to the Most High. Is that personal? I'm going to strike a deal with you, okay? Find somebody that I know, that I knew before, because I don't want to start again with somebody that I never knew, and then I'm going to find that 5 years, 10 years down the line, it's not going to work. I would have wasted my life. So find somebody that I knew, and then I'll do it. Who did he find? One day my brother was busking in a tube station,
playing guitar.
playing the guitar. He was busking in a tube station because that's what he is as a musician. He makes his money from there. And Lynford walks by. And you see, I knew Lynford when I was 17. We sang in the same Jamaican folk group. And then we went our ways. He got married, had children. I got married, had children. I didn't know anything about how his life turned out. And then he was walking by. My brother was playing a guitar, and they stopped and spoke. And then Lynford said, "Oh, how's Beverley doing?" And my brother gave him my number, and we began talking. I didn't know that he wasn't with his wife, and he didn't know that I was on my own. And then we got married. Lynford was my first boyfriend, and he is somebody that I knew. Can you see? Can you see? The Most High answered my prayers. I said I wanted somebody that I knew, but I didn't know it was going to be Lynford. And so look how long now we've been married, since 2004. And look what we're doing together. So the Most High answers your prayers. Please don't go it alone. Okay? So I'm not gonna stay much longer. So David was teachable, treatable, transparent, holy, and hopeful. And this is what the Most High wants from each one of us. He desires that type of relationship. You need to be closer to him than anybody else. Because he knew you from the beginning, okay? Because Sonini, the Most High, refers to David as a man after his own heart. It means that David knew how to touch his heart. That's what I mean by worship. David's lifestyle was one of worship, a lifestyle of worship to the Most High. Sonini Nanini is the greatest achievement in life. Okay? And that is what I think I want to say. I'm not going to say any more because I've said enough. And I just want to actually unveil one of the I want to talk about one of the expressions of worship that I never thought I had in me. And it was only earlier on this year in January that I said to Lynford, you know what, I think I need to do some tapestries that will show all the names of the Most High in all the Bantu languages of sub-Saharan Africa, which is about 46 countries, isn't it? So he gave me that charge. And I felt like, do you know what? I'm going to do that. I don't know how to start, but he's given me some ideas. And so, let me stand up.
Who's going to come and help me? I want you to volunteer to come and help me do the unveiling. Yeah. Daniel, step up, my brother. Well, hold on to it for a second. Are we ready? Okay, let's end.
That's the first tapestry. Sonini Nanini. Has anybody heard of that name? Who's put their hand up? Yeah, in the back. And you've heard of it. What language is it? Yes.
It's in your gallery.
It's from South Africa. It's isiXhosa language. And the reason, before I talk about it, the reason I started with Sonini Nanini and not Nyankopon, you can see it inside of your thing. I've done a tapestry with Nyankopon, but I started with Sonini Nanini because when he gave the 10 commandments, laws, statutes, and regulations to Moses, he spoke it in isiXhosa. Sonini Nanini means I am that I am. It's the European people that plagiarized and changed that name. It is important to know the name because when you know the name of somebody, you can have a personal relationship with them. Why am I going to call you woman, man, child, woman, man, woman, man? Is that personal? Okay, but so when I say God, it's impersonal because there are false gods, there are foreign gods, there are many gods, but what is your name? So that I can have a personal relationship with you and I can call your name when I want to ask you something. When I call your name, you will respond. But if I say woman, man, are you going to respond? That's not your name. And then I can't then think about having an ongoing relationship with you. But when I know your name, I can get to know you. Do you understand? Really know you. Because there is meaning in the name. I am that I am is what they say Sonini Nanini is. So the 10 Commandments were given to Moses and it was given in isiXhosa, and he would have told them that my name is Sonini Nanini. And as you can see, I used, for the backing here, I used calico, and to formulate the words, I made string of some African prints. So I was able to manipulate it and make the shapes. And then he told me to beautify it because You need to beautify my name because he is attractive. You need to make his name attractive. And so I put diamonds on there, I put some beading on there, I did some embroidery work on there. I didn't know I could do it, but I did it. And so that's it. Thank you.
And without further ado, you can take a seat.
Thank you. These things in that box.
So the final part of the program says endorsements and comments from the floor. So you may wish to comment on Dr. Beverley's book that she's mentioned. You might want to know where you can get a copy. It's actually not so easy to get a copy. You may want to know about my books, why my book is called Windrush Therapy, why the other one's called Fatherhood. You might want to know more about Sonini Nanini and the Creator Collection. Women Like You is the fashion brand. Dr. Beverley's wearing the brand. So you may have questions. But what I'm hoping you will have is suggestions. Suggestions as to how we can move this forward. I have a program already designed for next month. 1 hour, we meet for 1 hour, on time. And in 1 hour, we hear from me and Dr. Beverley. We give somebody their flowers. One of us, we just say, hey, it's your turn. Want to big you up? We may hear some poetry or some music from somebody among us from Ho. I call that the sound of Ho. 4 or 5 things that we do within the hour, which celebrate us and allow us to forge an agenda together. The agenda I'm hoping we'll forge is how to make this shop successful, how to make this brand successful. And it's not all about me, but if 10 of us or 20 of us got together now and said, let's come up with a business idea, we'd be here for the next 2 years. So if someone already has an idea, it doesn't have to be your idea. If it's a good idea, support it. I know that's not easy because we're not growing up like that. Everybody wants to be the boss. It's my idea. I have brothers and sisters who are not supporting what I do. They love me, but they're not supporting what I do because why should we go with your idea? My brain is as good as yours. A waste of time. We don't have time to waste. So any suggestions that you have about what we should be doing next month is what I would really like to hear. And then we'll close. We're not going to close in prayer. We're closed after you've said what you have to say. As you leave, please mingle amongst each other. Exchange numbers if you want to. I have all your numbers, so I will be in touch all the time. You hear lots of information from us on your WhatsApp. And we have refreshments for you to leave with. But yeah, for the next 5 minutes, anybody who on leaving wants to say something, a word of encouragement, leave it in this book. It's a tradition we have in the UK. Apparently you don't have it here in Ghana. Take a whole page and say whatever you want to say. The book is here. And we have pens. Anything else I need to say before I hand over to you? I don't think so. You've been a wonderful audience. We haven't had the full house to overflowing that we thought we might have. But sometimes it's not how many. It's who you are. And so, the floor is yours. Anybody wish to say anything? Who will be the first? You can stand if you like.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Tell us who you are.
My name is Joshua.
Joshua. Okay.
I am.
Shh. Shh.
Thank you. What do I? Okay. So I am a youth advocate, and I want to thank you and Doctor for your tapestry. I think for one thing, like you said, right? If someone comes in here and says, "I'm looking for Doctor," who are you looking for? Dr. Kofi. Then it makes it personal, and to embark on a journey to make God's name personal in all of the sub-Saharan African languages. I think that is good. And so yesterday I was watching a highlight of the TGMAs. They were doing a show, that's the Telecel Ghana Music Awards.
Okay.
And so they were doing the red carpet, and then one of the pundits said something, the experience and the theme. And it struck me, right? So the red carpet was all over the place. There was no theme featured, so people were wearing all kinds of things. And I think it comes with a certain kind of education where you need to understand what a fashion is made to do. It needs to speak to something. It needs to communicate something to an audience. And you have started communicating. And your communication is to bring or make sure the African people reconnect with their maker.
Yes.
And so thank you for that.
Hallelujah.
Yes. I think we can build upon that,
Yeah.
right? And then spiral into different other sectors as well. So thank you so much. I'm interested to be here next month, and then we'll see how best we can get this forward.
We'll take 2 more, and then I must close. So don't be shy. Jump up. Put your point on record. Give your energy to the room and to the house, because it all matters.
My name is Tembeka. I am from the Diaspora, from UK via Jamaica. My parents Jamaican, and I have been on the continent for maybe 3 years now, coming up to 3 years, and in Ghana a year. And the one thing I believe we all have in common, but we don't know because we have forgotten, is the name. You may know him as Yami, you may know him as Yongipo, or Mau, all of those different names. He says, and I'm sure you knew that name before you knew Lord, God, and all the rest. He says, my people know my name. We need to go back to his name, not Lord, which is a title, not God, which is ambiguous. I'm not even going to go to the next one because I think that's just an image that has hurt us tremendously. We need to go back to the source, and you know the source. You were born with the source, knowing from the word babies in the room. He says, my people know my name, and they trust me. We have to go back to that. And we will have that in common. A lot of diasporans haven't got a clue. They don't know these names. So you need to pray for us. Those of us that are learning the names realize that you don't use the names. You need to use it. That's where the power is, in his name. You need to use his name. That's what you know. My people know my name. And that's what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Tembeka. Next, one here and one here. Abigail, we need to hear from Abigail.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
My name is Abigail Kofi Ewenam, and I'm one of the owners of the shop. Thank you for coming here to support this program. It's so dear to our hearts, and we are here not to just meet as people, but just to connect, as he already said. My submission is going to be 3 points, 3 parts. First one is Doctor said something about knowing yourself, knowing the God you have. And I know most of us, we go to church, we have our worship centers. Some are Muslims, some are worshiping in these different places, but we don't know ourselves. So I want us to take something more. We should think deep. Knowing ourselves is very, very important. Let's not just listen to it or hear it as something. When you go, make it a point. It should be in your mind that finding out who you are, not your name, who is Ajwa Mensa, or who you really are as an African, as an Ewe, from the clan you are coming from. Your purpose has to be known. The second part is we have our media personality here. He said something one day on Facebook that who is not developing? What is our problem? What do we do as youth to promote our beautiful city? And so many questions or so many answers pop up, but then what I can suggest for us to do as people of hope is togetherness.
You're here.
Togetherness.
You're here.
When we come together, we can conquer everything. When they were coming to conquer our ancestors, they divided us and they conquered us. You know, when this program, when we all hold it to a high esteem, we work towards it, we value each other, we value each other's business. Who is going forward? Ghana is going forward. Everything we are doing is going forward.
Yeah, yeah.
So we don't need so much money. We don't need, thank you. We don't need millions to go forward.
No.
But we need togetherness. We gave out our shop. The shop is being promoted. Everyone is seated here. It's connection, networking. That's the only way we can do it. Let's not focus so much on money to build our nation, to build our city, but with connection, with focus, with togetherness, everything is going to go on very well. And we should all take our businesses seriously. Everything that we don't be shy to put it out there. Like you are seeing, I made my clothes.
Aha!
Yeah. So someone will be like, oh, this is small. Yeah, I'm just telling myself, I'm just appreciating what I am coming to do here. Like doctor said, when you value something, you add things to it. So when you are going somewhere, you value wherever you are going, you want to look good. As doctor has decorated this very beautiful with pearls, with diamonds, with everything we are seeing here, someone might think it's too much, but that is what is on her heart. This is who she is. So this is who she is bringing out. This is who I am.
Yes.
So this is what I want you to take me for. Thank you very much.
Here, here. All right. Ghanaians are no longer shy. No. We are ready to self-promote ourselves. Okay. One more?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry. You're next. You're in. Princess,
Hi,
introduce
everyone.
yourself.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Please,
Princess.
I'm Princess Lovia Tete. I'm a gender and youth activist, and I believe in Africanism. So seeing all the concepts here, it's very beautiful. And when we come into such communities or spaces like this, it's important we promote our own. And this is one of our own. So for me, I'm an actor myself. So for me, I do book reads on social media.
Okay.
So I'll pick one of the books and then I'll do the reads to advertise and promote the brand. That's one aspect.
You say books?
Yes.
Books.
Yeah. And the other aspect is that everyone sitting here is a powerhouse. We have different potentials. So how do you pick this brand and make it your own and share it across the world? So we all have different potentials here and skills. So ask yourself, how can we come together? Like the meetings that we'll be having subsequent times. How do you use this concept, infuse it with yours and share it? For me, this is a great achievement. Letting the world know that Africa, this is what we have. And one powerful thing is the power we women we possess.
Aha!
Yes. There has been so much stereotypes in regards to our potentials and the things we can do. And so for me, seeing this is a very powerful force and a push for me to also learn from it and make something out of it. So for we, the ladies here, I want us to support our mother. She's our mother, she's our sister. So I would want us to support our mother in taking the brand everywhere. It should be everywhere, globally. So for me, the power of partnership, owning our own, and making the world know that these are the potentials we have. And our dear men here, like our daddy is promoting our mother, let's also promote our women. Hello? Yes, especially in this region and in this town. let's promote, let's take away too much entitlement. Don't say because it's not my idea, I'm not going to promote it. There is your idea in that person's idea. So how do you pick yours out and make something great out of it? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Princess. That's amazing. I'm not going to mention anyone's name. Anybody else want to say something quick? I'm not forcing you. I'm giving you your opportunity. I remember that there have been times in the past where I was waiting and I lost my opportunity. So hey, I'm extending the time. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please. My name is Obinale Jacob Ifeanyi. I'm a Nigerian and also a businessman here. I want to first.
This is a Ghanaian meeting. I didn't know we were allowing Nigerians in here.
Oh, that's
Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
I'm not Yoruba.
You're not Yoruba, you're Igbo.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, so first I want to thank my good friend and my pastor, who is my father also,
Yes.
who invited me here. I've been able to see, like our sister who spoke earlier said, a whole lot of things who actually speak about our identity, Africa. And I am someone who also believe in ourselves, Africa, because we are one.
Yes.
We are one big one. And the time we will start understanding the fact that we are one, that is the unity we are talking about.
Yes.
And that then we can be able to find ourselves in a pedestal where
We are
we
one.
can confront all our challenges and
We are
obtain
one.
optimism.
We are one.
However, I will, because I'm impressed with what I've seen so far, I will always support and be part of the program.
Yes. I'm ready to close. I went to a meeting with Jones, his youth impact parliament. There was maybe 100, maybe 50, I don't know, quite a lot of us there. Mostly men, some women, few women. And the women were so powerful. I just spoke to the 2 women and I forgot about the rest. And those 2 women have been very instrumental in making this happen today. Because Kendall is one. I haven't seen her since, but she's on the phone and her energy is positive and positive. And what can I do? And what can I do? And the other one is Professor Elizabeth, who didn't make it here today, but we have her support. So I have to say that this thing about the women is not just a token word. There's something going on with the women, and I want a piece of that. Yes. And anyway, my wife is a woman, so. And the other thing to say is a bit of, so you've had the good news about today. Here's the really good news. Here's the really good news, sorry. My wife and I are leaving for Botswana very soon to set up a shop like this in Botswana. It may take 6 months for that shop to happen. And in the meantime, I'm expecting my team here, and they're represented. I've about 10 young people that I've started to work with here. Some of them know each other and some of them don't. I'm expecting to bring that group together once a week from Botswana on a Zoom call to continue the work we've started here. The rest of you who are not directly in touch with me every week, find a way to support. And now it's really easy. You have a WhatsApp group. We put some content on the WhatsApp group. Like, share, and subscribe. We never had that opportunity 30 years ago. How am I going to help you when I've got my own business? And how we're going to share the money? And whose brand? It's very simple. Like, share, and subscribe. So with that, I'll say if there's one more speaker to speak, I'll allow that to happen. Then I'll say, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Network, those of you who haven't completed, can I see the hands of those who haven't completed one of these? So I can give you one, okay? Complete one of these before you go, because that's the only way we can stay in touch with you. You won't know the date of next month's meeting. You won't know what's happening with the shop. You see Dr. Bev wearing that dress, by the way, it will be available in the shop as of next week. There'll only be 2 or 3 displayed here at a time. We're not going to have a big rack of dresses in the shop and shirts and trousers. No, just that brand. And when it's gone, it's gone. 3 at a time. When it's gone, it's gone. And unfortunately, they're not cheap, because you can't do excellent and cheap. It don't work. You have to choose. Anyway, anyone else wanted to say a word? Going?
Twice.
Going? Kendall.
All right, thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Kendall Elizabeth Mante, chairperson for Women Parliamentarians under the Youth Impact Parliament. So a few weeks ago, Mr. Anderson visited us during our inauguration, and then that was where we heard about the program. I think we were interested because he made it free for women. And so yes, it aligned with our resolution to support women. Today, everybody in the room has been talking about women empowerment, togetherness. I feel it's high time men support what Mr. Anderson is doing by bringing out what women can do and do better. We are not struggling for you with space. We are not struggling to be better than you. We are only saying that allow us to do what we can do and then push us to the level where you can push us to. I also want to show my appreciation to everyone here. When we sent the communique out there from Lovia to Joshua, everybody was willing to support and help. It tells us that what our sister said earlier, the agenda we are all trying to push by saying that let us support each other, let's move whole to another level, is seeing the light of the day. It might not be bigger from the beginning, but I think the little drops are adding up, and before we realize, our buckets will be full. Thank you very much, Mr. and Mrs. Anderson.
All right, thank you everyone for coming. The song you're about to hear next is another one of Dr. Beverley, from Dr. Beverley's album. We'll turn the music up, not too loud, so you'll still be able to speak amongst yourself. And do help yourself to we call it doggy bag. What do you call it?
Take away.
A takeaway as you leave. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you.
For Almighty
Now I'll have
I knew I met you somewhere. I just
He's strong and very courageous.
Sorry, can we cut the music? We've got to do something major. The group picture. So all of you can come out here and let's take a picture of the group. We're leaving anyway. Let's just take a group shot quickly now, please.
These instructions from Beverley Sonini Nanini
Group picture, let's go out, let's go out. Thank you guys so much for this. This is an official record. We will do this every month. Take a group shot.